I guess on a lighter note, have you seen? Well, I guess you probably haven't seen the ring, or where are you at with that? Like, have you had any?
I would love to see it.
Okay.
I want to see it.
You want to see it?
I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it,
Okay.
but can't wait to see it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Brooke had said he even had a dream where it was like he had gloves on, so he couldn't even like.
Oh wow.
Have you like thought about?
Haven't had a dream, but
Okay.
I mean I've thought about it.
Yeah.
It comes in a couple of days, so I'm ready to see it and see what it looks like. My brother has one, so I've seen his, and his is beautiful, but ours will be better.
Yeah.
How do you kind of, I don't even know. I don't think you get ready for it, right? Like you're just going to get a ring and it's going to be an amazing experience. But then one of the best teams in the league is going to be here in Milwaukee right after that. How do you kind of try to balance that? Or maybe you don't?
I think you just enjoy the moment, but at the same time, we're just the type of team that stays competitive. No matter the situation, if it's practice or whatever we're doing on the plane, playing games, we stay competitive. So we are really excited. I'm personally excited to see this ring, but we also know the situation at hand. Like, in a lot of our opinions, like that was the toughest series for us. The way that they played, the way that they fought, the injuries that they fought through, it was so I feel like that day will mean a lot to us, but it would probably mean something to them too.
PJ took Kevin for most of that series. No PJ now, and Shemi's out as well. I would guess some of that's going to be on you. So what do you think about getting that matchup? Just I know everyone thinks KD is one of the best players in the world, so it's going to be a tough one, but I'm guessing you're going to get up for that.
I've done it before. It's a challenge. I got to play with him, so I got to see it from the other side. Glad I was on that side, but it's a challenge, man, and it's fun. Like you said, he's one of the best players in the world. So just something that you have to kind of key in on and lock in on. And him and James being back and healthy, it's gonna be fun.
I wasn't in Tokyo, but like, did you get to do some of like the King of the Hill stuff with him and like get to? No.
Man, look. I just came. I played 2 days later and got on the plane and went to Japan. I wasn't playing any extra ones or basketball.
Do you remember what time you went to bed the night that you won the night you guys closed out Game 6?
Say it again.
Do you remember what time you went to bed that night?
3 or 4.
That's actually pretty reasonable. That's pretty.
I mean, well, I was exhausted. I don't know about anybody else, but like this was a really hard road that we took to get to the finals and win a game. So yeah, I was tired. My kids were asleep. My family was in town, so we were up, but I think I just ended up just collapsing.
When was the moment where you were able, and it may have been as quick as the parade, but like to actually enjoy it and soak in the euphoria and sort of think back to the finishing that long?
I mean, it wasn't until I got back from Japan and I got to just sit at home. I mean, the parade was cool. It was crazy. There was a lot of people and it was wild, but there was still a lot going on. You know, you couldn't just relax, I would say. So for me, the next day we left and went to Japan, and you try to win a gold medal. We lose the first game, then that gets crazy, but it wasn't until I got home.
Was it easy? You said you got home, went to bed, again, somewhat a reasonable time, but was it hard to calm down? Like just having just won a championship and, you know, you're partying in the locker room, you see your teammates and just all of that. Is that something that's easy to immediately let go?
I just think I crashed. I feel like for the most part, usually in any game, in any series, I'm up. And I mean, like 4 is pretty reasonable after a game and you're just wired and you're watching a TV show or you're watching the game over, whatever it is. But at that time, I just felt like I can just let the weight off my shoulders. So, and like I said, man, I was exhausted. I was tired. It was hard.
We talked all of last year of you getting comfortable with Chris and Giannis and kind of how that works. Grayson said when you guys hit the floor for the first time at practice, it was like, oh, okay. Like they know everything they're doing on both sides of the ball. Like they're ready to go. Does it feel like that for you now, or do you think there still is some more of that process of like, okay, how do we all work together?
I think I know them pretty well. You know, I think I know. I feel like I know their spots and where they want it. I feel like I know what they like to do. We can read each other pretty well. So, yeah, that first practice was pretty smooth. I think whenever we scrimmage, we kind of smacked that first or that our second team. But again, at the same time, that only makes them better. But yeah, man, I would say that we read each other pretty well, and it's been pretty good.
How much are you looking forward to build off that? Like last year, it was short off season camp, new players off the ball, and then it seemed like you were starting to hit a stride. There was the health and safety stuff that you had to go through that took a bit. You know, I guess, are you excited about having that base knowledge to just hit the ground running to a degree and not have some of those other curves to kind of go through?
For sure. I mean, there's always going to be something. It's never going to be smooth, but I think trying to be able to get better is what's the fun part about it. Obviously, we don't want to stay stagnant and be the same. There's teams out there getting better and adding new people and new things that they're figuring out. So for us, even adding Grayson and Shimmy when he comes back, and then Bobby when he comes back, Rodney when he comes back. So I think being able to include them and knowing that we have so much more firepower, just sitting there and waiting is something that we can grow on. So.